I was happy to say that in March of this year, I was able to join the Healios board. And then in July of this year, after some discussion with Hardy, I was able to join the company. Very excited to join the company overall, and I think we have a great path forward. Okay, guys. Thank you. Just a simple statement going forward, forward-looking statement. I think this describes Healios very well. Our mission statement is really to foster a life explosion, to enhance the life of people around the world. This means a lot to a lot of people, but to me, this means that it has to be an event that will accelerate us into the future. The explosion is going to drive us forward, and that change is the disruptive technologies that we're talking about and we're going to drive forward in the market today. And we're talking about the iPS cell lines, and we'll talk more about it. In 2011, there was a venture spin-out from Riken. At the time, when most of you know Hardy Kajimoto, probably no one thought IPS had a possibility. But then events changed. First thing is, Dr. Yamanaka wins the Nobel Prize. This becomes the newest technology looking forward. Second thing that happened very quickly behind that is the Act on Safety of Regenerative Medicine and Pharmaceutical and Medical Device Act was established. This changed the way people looked at Japan. This changed the way that people looked at companies out of Japan, and it changed the path forward for pharmaceutical products in Japan. And it gave everyone an opportunity to find a path to the future that is much quicker and safer and treats patients the correct way. In 2015, Healios was listed on the stock market in Japan. Today, the company has about 110 employees and has a market cap of just under $900 million. And we are continuing to accelerate. Just this year, we established our North America business unit. That is going to be based in San Francisco, and we'll build the US marketplace. We made a number of strategic investments, including an investment in Athersys. We are now the largest shareholder in Athersys. And we continue to go forward with some of our new technology in establishing the organoid Neogenesis laboratory. How we see the marketplace going forward is we think that there's a time point here and that Healios is looking at this in a number of stages. The first stage really is over the next 3 years, we believe that the market for MSCs will go forward. This is a time window when there'll be the first approvals, and we will be able to start seeing stem cells really achieve the promise that has come along and been promised for a long time. The second step, in the next 3 years behind that, we see that is when IPS or ES, but we believe mostly IPS, will be the driver for the next commercial wave. We think that the regenerative medicine wave will embrace this, and we will treat the disorders. And then, probably farther out, we will see organoids. We believe that the steps will be, we can take iPS cells, differentiate them into potential cells, and drive them forward into full organs, functioning organs. How we've done this is we've built around this. The first one being the MSC project, which will be moving forward in stroke and in ARDS. Then we're moving into RPEs on single cells and on matrix. And finally, our path forward will be the 3D tissue formation and an organ bud technology. I'd like to kind of see how we're going on a clinical trial. By the end of this, currently we are running a stroke trial in Japan. This is in partnership with Athersys. Our strategic partner is moving forward in the US. We are in Japan. We are moving forward with that very quickly, and we'll give more data on that. Second is the ARDS trial, which will start later this year. And finally, we have a trial in wet AMD in Japan, which will be a transplant. So by the end of this year, early next year, we'll have 3 clinical projects going on. And that's not the end. There will be a number of these coming behind it, and we continue to drive these forward, taking advantage of the more advanced path, the rapid path in Japan. A little more data on the actual clinical trials. The first trial is the multi-stem trial in stroke, in ischemic stroke. That is for us called the Treasury study. That had first patient enrolled in November 2017. This is looking at patients with stroke in an 18 to 36 hour window. This is a small trial, as you will see. 110 patients active, 110 placebo in a randomized fashion. This will give us full approval. We believe that we will be complete our enrollment at the end of 2019. And because of this Sakigake designation, we believe that our approval rate will be very, very quick. And we will be on the market in 2021. Also, with the start of the ARDS trial, that one is underway. That is, again, a very small trial. That will be active patients, under 20 active patients. We will again be able to move this into a very rapid approval process. We again believe that this has a potential to be approved in in 2021. I want to step from the MSC, the next phase of our process. Healios believes that we can do IPS, but we can do it only as a team to move forward. We have 110 people. We can't do it all of ourselves. I want to just highlight a couple of the areas of collaboration. As you can see, we have joint collaboration with Takeda on 3D organs. We have DSP relationship around IPS. And I think one of the ones that's very interesting is we're moving into the United States with a grant that we're working with under a CRADA with the NEI. With this, we will be able to move forward a number of projects with a very small team. The first project is the RPE trial. This is for AMD. We will be able to take our IPS lines, differentiate them into RPEs, and then the path forward is still to be determined, but we have the option to either do it as a suspension, on a scaffold, or as a sheet. And we will determine the best path forward working with the NEI. What's this mean as a marketplace? As you can see, if you look at just the anti-VEGF treatments in the US, Japan, and the rest of the world, this is a $9 billion market just in 2017. This is a massive marketplace. We believe we can we can transform this market, and we can take a large portion of this market. The next wave, as we talked about, the final wave is we believe in the organ bud. This is where we be able to take our differentiated IPS cells, combination with an MSC and vascularization, and make an actual organ bud. These will be able to implant. We see this as the first indication will be around in liver disorder, and we can drive this forward into the clinic over the next couple of years. The technology is there already. It's just adding it to the pipeline. Again, we're not talking about small markets. We're talking about very large markets and in the organ bud market, we believe if we just go after the liver indications, we will be able to treat large number of patients. And again, this is a regenerative market. This is a regenerative action. This isn't just treating the symptoms. This is treating the patient and regeneration. So kind of wrapping up what we believe. We recently have been added coverage from a large investment group. They have come to us and basically in their overview, they said that Healios has the most robust pipeline in the clinic of any regenerative medicine company. For diversity and number coming forward, that this will bring strength overall. We do this through short-term with multi-stem and stroke and ARDS. We do it in the next generation with our RPE cells, and then moving forward into next generation products. We have not stopped just at what you're looking at here. There is more coming, and we will continue to fill out this pipeline going forward overall with new products. With that, I would thank the organizer and can take questions.